Welcome, welcome, welcome to Unequal Grounds, a WellSpa original podcast where we explore the invisible lines that divides us and how to cross them with compassion, clarity, and courage. And today's episode has been titled What You Have or Who You Are. And we are talking about classism now, not just in theory, but in our everyday life. We see them phones, vacation photos, school friends, networking cycle, and yes, even in the tech culture. So let's start with something we've felt or we've experienced. So you're scrolling through your Instagram, your Facebook, your WhatsApp status, and someone from your community, someone from your your high school, your college or university just posted a vacation picture from Singapore and another tagged a luxurious dinner in Bali. And someone else got a new iPhone 16 Pro Max and captured finally upgraded. Then you sit in your room and you look at your cracked screen and you're like, and suddenly you start to feel behind. You start to feel like you've not done anything tangible for yourself and for your life. Then this is modern day classism that has filtered, that has been cropped, and that is captured. So let me give you an instance. For instance, in the high schools and universities, there are always those few set of people who had more. They had the latest iPhones, they had the branded shoes, they have the cars, they have food, etc. They've got the money. But it was not actually what they have that hurt, is how those things became a social currency, how those things became how they became a norm, the way some of them tend to talk down on others that do not have. They tend to choose who to sit with and who they ignore, and actually who they bully in our everyday society. So one colleague can say to the other person, how can you still be using a techno phone in 2025? I personally do not see anything wrong with it, but it was not about the phone, it was about the status. What we start to observe that early, that money equals credibility and lack of it equals inferiority. Now the pressure doesn't end with school or with colleagues, it actually follows us online. It follows us into offices. It follows us into the friendship circle. It will begin to compare phones, begin to compare clothes, connections, locations, the cars people drive, how you relate with this person, how many awards this person has won, how many public speaking this person has attended. And then somehow we let those things decide who gets our respect. We let those things decide who gets our time. You went to Singapore. Yeah, you must be doing well. You still don't use a MacBook. Do you even work in tech? You've never flown business class. Wow, I think those things shouldn't matter, but in our day-to-day society it actually matters. It's actually subtle, but it's constant. It's this idea that what you have proves your worth. And then it happens even in unexpected places like the tech spaces. You think the tech community would be more inclusive, but no, classism shows up there too. I've been opportune to sit in rooms where developers were people with entry level laptops and they were brushed off. There were some that were using Windows, and they were silently judged. And then when people with basic cybersecurity setups were talked down to by the cyber elite type. A friend once said that in cybersecurity circle, if you're not running on your own hardened network or custom operating system, then they don't take you seriously. So that's intra-classism within a field based on tools and assets. But not everyone starts with, what you are opportune to start with. Some people tend to start with a public Wi-Fi. Some people tend to start with a second-hand laptop. So that constant judgment in school, at workplaces, in within friendship, online, even in our field has cost us. People have stopped showing up. They stopped speaking. They start to withdraw, not because they lack talent, but because they are tired of being measured by materials. They are tired of being measured by the physical things that people could see. Now, our mental health begins to suffer. self-worth becomes a scoreboard. And the real tragedy is that we miss out on connections, we miss out on creativity, we miss out on community, and we definitely miss out on the people that truly care about us. So let's begin to ask ourselves, have I ever judged someone by their phone, by their clothes, by their tech tools, by the celebrities, by the number of celebrities they know, by the number of movies they featured in, by the number of government connections they have, and start to think about it. Start to think that, okay, have I ever felt judged for not keeping up? Have I ever been excluded for not for who I am, but for what I did not have? So I want you to understand that you are not alone. We've all been there on both sides. So here's what we can do. Let's rewire our instinct, because I do not understand that in this 21st century, because someone is not using an iPhone, you will not talk to the person, or because someone is not within the league, or let's say for instance the crazy ones, so a car stops for you and you try to weigh the car to see if you could talk to the person, the driver of the driver, which it actually doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's the society we find ourselves. That's classism entering deep into the society. So let's rewire our instinct. Pause before you assign value based on things you could see. Pause before you assign value based on people that just show you what they want you to see. Now expand your circle, expand, include that classmate, include that colleague with old phones, with rickety hair, with outdated clothes. Respect that developer who is just getting started. Encourage people, don't try to gatekeep them. I know the human mind works in such a way that you try to bring people below your level so you feel superior. The same time, if you're a Christian, that is actually not God-like. That is not the God kind of life. So try to redefine status. Real wealth is actually how you treat people. Real wealth is not people coming to carry your bag, serving you, making you feel special. Trust me, 60% of those are just eye service from what they will get from you. So real wealth is how you treat people. Real brilliance is always not shiny, is unique. Now, model humility, especially if you've made it, if you have those words, if you've been opportune to come from a place of wealth, a place of riches, a place of connection. As model humility. Someone once gave you a chance to. Someone once gave your parents a chance. Someone once gave your grandparents a chance. Someone once gave your great grandparents a chance, and that is why they are where they are. So in a world obsessed with upgrades, in a world obsessed with what you have and what you do not have, so let's upgrade our mindset. Not everyone can afford the latest, but everyone deserves to be treated with dignity. I always keep saying it. Everyone deserves to be treated with dignity. Let's stop measuring people by what they post, what they wear, what they own or connect to. Let's start, seeing each other by what God has implanted in them. And let's start seeing each other fully. You think you're not practicing classism, but when you go back and begin to ask yourself, have I ever judged someone based on material things? Have I ever judged someone based on the connects I think I could have from them? Have I ever judged someone for not keeping up? Have I ever disregarded my friends for not being able to, afford a vacation or a plane ticket or something like that? Begin to have a rethink. This podcast is to make you have a rethink, have change that mindset, change that personality, because you may not know, you may begin to judge and say, oh, it's not for me, oh, I do not practice classism. But in your own little way, in your own little mind, you are beginning to practice classism, and that is not good, because at the end of the day, the people that are supposed to be there for you are neglected, and you begin to get fake people around you, which should not be. And thank you so much, so much, so much for listening to today's podcast. I hope to see you sometime next week. Please share and please like and please follow. Okay, I'm not the weapon that fashioned against you, but please like, share, and follow. I love you all and have an amazing week. Bye bye.